Picture this. A celebrated football club, steeped in tradition and ambition, stands on the precipice of a new era. Arsenal, the pride of North London, is now facing a crossroads that will define its legacy for years, perhaps for decades to come. Imagine the tension, generations of loyal supporters, hearts pounding with hope, as their beloved Gunners prepare for what could be the most transformative summer in the club's modern history. But as the spotlight shines on would-be superstars and blockbuster transfers, few realize the storm of calculation, risk, and financial chess that rages behind closed doors. Let's step behind the scenes, beyond the chants and headlines, into the back rooms where Arsenal's future is being built, or perhaps gambled away. The transfer window, that fevered period when dreams are bought and sold, has finally swung open with July's arrival. In just over 1 month and a half, the Premier League will roar back to life, and Arsenal's ambitions could not be clearer. For 2 consecutive campaigns, the Gunners have finished in second place, agonizingly close to glory, but still left clutching only memories and what-ifs. The hunger among fans, players, and staff is now palpable. There is a sense that the time for caution has passed. Now is the moment for boldness, vision, and decisive action. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal's charismatic and tactically astute manager, knows this better than anyone. Tasked with overhauling a squad whose spirit has been tested by both triumph and heartbreak, Arteta faces a daunting checklist. Reinforce a depleted midfield, inject fresh dynamism into both attack and defense, and, above all, find the formula to end the club's persistent silverware drought. The stakes could scarcely be higher, with the weight of nearly 2 decades without a Premier League title bearing down on every decision. The rumor mill is in overdrive. Arsenal's midfield, once anchored by the likes of Jorginho and Thomas Partey, is in urgent need of reinvention. Enter Martin Zubimendi, the Spanish orchestrator renowned for his tactical intelligence and cool under pressure. As a leading Spanish football reporter from AS observes, Zubimendi's imminent move to Arsenal will add the stability and vision that Arteta desperately craves, a general in the center of the park. But Zubimendi is not expected to arrive alone. Arsenal is closing in on Cristhian Norgaard, the Danish midfield general whose leadership at Brentford has been widely praised. Brentford's sporting director Phil Giles recently remarked, "Norgaard has earned the chance to compete for trophies at a top club like Arsenal. His work ethic and mentality are world-class." These 2 midfield additions, if finalized, could reshape Arsenal's engine room for years to come. This midfield overhaul is more than just about plugging gaps. It's about building a platform for sustained excellence. Zubimendi brings the technical calm and positional discipline reminiscent of past Arsenal maestros like Cesc Fabregas and Gilberto Silva, while Norgaard's tenacity and leadership draw comparisons to the likes of Patrick Vieira. The blend of Spanish finesse and Scandinavian grit could finally give Arteta the midfield balance he has sought since his appointment. Mosquera's profile fits perfectly with Arsenal's recent transfer philosophy. Young, physically imposing, and already boasting significant top-flight experience despite being only 20 years of age. His performances in La Liga have drawn comparisons to other emerging defensive talents, such as William Saliba, who himself has become a cornerstone of the Gunners' backline since arriving in North London. By targeting Mosquera, Arsenal signals its intent to build a defense capable of competing with Europe's very best. Meanwhile, in attack, Arsenal's sights are set on the electric Nico Williams. The Spanish winger dazzled audiences during international tournaments, earning a reputation for his blistering pace and fearless creativity. Arsenal's pursuit of Williams has been given fresh impetus by the collapse of his proposed move to Barcelona, which foundered on a financial impasse. Williams, wary after seeing high-profile signings like Dani Olmo struggle to be registered due to La Liga's strict financial rules, is demanding cast-iron guarantees over his own registration. Barcelona, already burdened by economic uncertainty, sees this demand as unreasonable, leaving Williams in limbo and Arsenal with a golden opportunity. Lurking on the fringes, however, is another European giant, Bayern Munich. The German champions are watching developments closely, ready to pounce if Arsenal hesitates. The stage is set for a high-stakes tug-of-war, where timing, persuasion, and cold hard cash will all play decisive roles. To understand the scale of this challenge, consider the club's financial position. In the last fiscal year, Arsenal reported a wage-to-revenue ratio of just 50%, a figure that compares favorably to most Premier League clubs. This prudent cost management, praised by financial analysts like Kieran Maguire, has created valuable breathing room, allowing Arsenal to absorb big wages and transfer fees without breaching FFP thresholds. Swiss Ramble, a respected football finance expert, echoes this view. Arsenal's careful cost management and revenue growth mean they have room for strategic investment. They're in a stronger position than many of their rivals. Arsenal's revenue streams have grown impressively, thanks to Champions League qualification, new commercial partnerships, and a surge in global fan engagement. Their matchday income is among the top in Europe, and the club's digital initiatives have expanded its reach to fans across continents, from Lagos to Los Angeles. This broader financial base gives the Gunners a strategic edge, but it also comes with heightened expectations. This financial discipline is not merely an accounting exercise, it is the bedrock of Arsenal's transfer strategy. It allows the club to move swiftly for top targets, even as others are hamstrung by debt or overspending. It enables deals like the one for Martin Zubimendi, where Arsenal is reportedly willing to pay even more than his £51 million release clause to secure his signature, demonstrating both ambition and flexibility. Yet, risk is never far away. On June 30th, no fewer than 17 players bid farewell to the Emirates Stadium as their contracts expired. Among them were recognizable names like Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey, and Raheem Sterling, alongside a host of talented youngsters who will now seek opportunities elsewhere. The scale of this exodus is unprecedented in recent club history, leaving significant gaps in squad depth and experience. For Arteta and his recruitment team, the pressure to rebuild, quickly and effectively, is immense. Consider the situation with Nico Williams. While Arsenal has made significant headway in negotiations, the deal remains delicately poised. Williams' insistence on registration guarantees, a direct response to Barcelona's previous difficulties with La Liga's financial rules, has complicated talks with the Catalan giants. For Arsenal, this is an opportunity to demonstrate both agility and resolve. But should negotiations collapse, the club has already lined up alternatives, including the dynamic Rafael Leao, known for his ability to terrorize defenses from either wing. Leao, a Portuguese international, brings a blend of physical power and technical flair that would offer a different dimension to Arsenal's attack. His performances in Serie A have made him one of the most coveted wingers in Europe. If Williams proves impossible to secure, Leao could become the marquee signing that electrifies the Emirates and keeps fans dreaming of a new Invincibles era. Similarly, in defense, Cristhian Mosquera's arrival would be a coup. At only 20 years of age, Mosquera has already shown composure and maturity beyond his years in La Liga. His physicality, reading of the game, and aerial presence make him a potential cornerstone for the Gunners' backline. But if talks falter, Arsenal may pivot to Ousmane Diomande, another highly rated young defender admired for his anticipation and ball-playing skills. This adaptability is a hallmark of the club's new approach. Diomande, currently excelling in the Portuguese league, is praised for his ability to step out from defense and initiate attacks, a trait Arteta values highly. Securing such flexible defenders is crucial in a league where tactical fluidity and pressing traps are now the norm. Let's pause and consider what these moves mean, not just for Arsenal, but for the Premier League as a whole. The English top flight is now the financial epicenter of world football, with clubs spending billions of pounds each summer in pursuit of success. But there is also an arms race in analytics, scouting, and tactical innovation. Arsenal, under the radar, has assembled one of the youngest and most sophisticated recruitment analytics teams in the league. By harnessing advanced data models and scouting networks, they are able to identify undervalued talent, such as Cristhian Mosquera, a Greek prodigy scouted for his technical prowess and resale potential, before rivals even make a move. This strategic edge is becoming increasingly important in a market where traditional metrics like goals and assists are just the starting point. Recruitment is now as much about forecasting development curves, injury risk, and tactical versatility as it is about headline statistics. As Fabrizio Romano, one of football's most trusted transfer insiders, notes, Arteta wants players who live and breathe versatility and work rate. This window could define his era. But all this innovation and ambition must be weighed against the cold realities of finance and regulation. Financial fair play, originally designed to prevent clubs from spending beyond their means, has become a moving target. Some argue, like former Arsenal goalkeeper David Seaman, that FFP unfairly penalizes smaller clubs, further entrenching the dominance of the elite. Others point out that even giants like Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain have been tripped up by regulatory missteps, leading to transfer bans and forced sales. For Arsenal, the margin for error is slim. Their wage-to-revenue ratio of 50% gives them flexibility, but missing out on Champions League football, or suffering early exits from domestic cups, could quickly tighten the screws. Revenue from European competition, matchday sales, and commercial deals is vital. A single bad season can have cascading effects on the transfer budget for years to come. This brings us to the heart of the matter, the delicate balance between short-term ambition and long-term stability. Arsenal's disciplined approach, lauded by analysts, has allowed them to strike quickly for the right players while maintaining a safety net. The focus is not just on marquee names, but on players who fit a clear tactical profile and offer versatility, work rate, and future resale value. Consider the club's interest in Rodrigo, the Brazilian forward admired by Arteta for his ability to play across the front line. As Romano highlights, Rodrigo embodies Arteta's tactical vision, versatile, relentless, and always willing to press for the team. It is no coincidence that Arsenal's targets tend to be adaptable, intelligent, and mentally resilient. This is not just about building a squad, it is about shaping a culture. Looking back, it's clear that Arsenal's recruitment policy has evolved. Gone are the days of last-minute panic buys and scattergun spending. Now every target is meticulously scouted, with data analysts and scouts working hand-in-hand to assess not only a player's current contribution, but also their potential for growth and adaptability. The club's approach is now more akin to a top-tier investment firm than an old-fashioned football operation. For supporters, the excitement is tangible, but so too is the anxiety. What if negotiations collapse? What if key signings are gazumped by wealthier rivals? The transfer market is notoriously unpredictable. Every missed deal can mean lost momentum, while every successful signing can transform the trajectory of a season. Yet, for all the uncertainty, there is a growing sense that Arsenal is better equipped than ever to weather the storm. The club's blend of financial discipline, analytical sophistication, and tactical clarity represents a new model for success, not just in football, but in any competitive industry. Let's explore some potential scenarios. If Arsenal succeeds in landing its top targets, Nico Williams, Martin Zubimendi, and Cristhian Mosquera, the squad could be transformed overnight. Williams' explosive pace and fearless dribbling would stretch defenses and create space for teammates. Zubimendi's composure and passing range would help control games from midfield. Mosquera's defensive grit and anticipation could shore up a backline that occasionally faltered under pressure. With these additions, Arteta would finally have the resources to mount a sustained title challenge, breaking the cycle of near misses. But if one or more deals fall through, the risks multiply. Alternatives like Rafael Leao and Ousmane Diomande are intriguing, but every backup plan comes with its own uncertainties. Late signings may struggle to adapt quickly, disrupting squad harmony and tactical cohesion. The departure of 17 players has already stretched squad depth to its limits, making every signing and every missed opportunity more consequential than ever. From a broader perspective, Arsenal's transfer saga offers lessons that resonate far beyond football. In global business, as in sport, organizations must constantly balance ambition with sustainability, risk with reward. The ability to pivot, to adapt when Plan A falters, is not a sign of weakness, but a key source of competitive advantage. Arsenal's willingness to move on quickly from stalled negotiations, to identify hidden gems, and to invest in youth and analytics reflects a mindset that is increasingly essential in today's volatile economic landscape. Financial fair play, for all its flaws, has forced clubs to innovate. It has made cost control and revenue growth, not just spending, central pillars of success. Arsenal's story illustrates how strategic investment, underpinned by financial discipline, can create the conditions for both immediate impact and long-term growth. The stakes are high not only for Arsenal but also for English football's competitive balance. If Arsenal's bold summer gamble pays off, it could inspire other clubs to pursue similar blends of analytics, financial prudence, and tactical innovation. Conversely, if the Gunners stumble, critics may argue that prudence is no match for the relentless spending sprees of state-backed giants like Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain. Let's add another layer, the youth revolution. Arsenal's academy, long considered one of the most fertile in England, continues to produce prospects who could shape the club's future. The departures of so many young players this summer are bittersweet, but they also free up resources and create space for the next generation. With talents like Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly waiting in the wings, Arsenal's long-term planning extends far beyond this window. And what about the global fan base? Arsenal's resurgence is being watched not just in Islington pubs or London living rooms, but by millions around the world. The club's social media following now exceeds 90 million across all platforms, and the Emirates Stadium is a magnet for international visitors. This global reach means every transfer, every success or failure, reverberates far beyond North London. So, will Arsenal's aggressive summer push finally end their runner-up curse, or will financial risks and transfer drama leave them empty-handed once again? Here's our verdict. Arsenal's financial discipline and tactical clarity put them in a prime position to seize the moment. If just one or two of these headline deals land, the balance of power in the Premier League could shift dramatically. But the competition is fierce, and the margin for error is vanishingly small. And here's a secret few outside the club know. Arsenal's backroom staff is now among the youngest and most data-savvy in the Premier League. By leveraging cutting-edge analytics and global scouting networks, they are able to anticipate market shifts and spot undervalued talent before the rest. This hidden advantage could prove decisive in a summer where every edge matters. What do you think? Will Arsenal's summer strategy finally change the Premier League landscape, or are more twists and turns yet to come before the season kicks off? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into the economics and strategy behind football useful, subscribe for more insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss a